Hello and welcome to Jammu and Kashmir News Analysis. Today we will be talking about a very sensitive issue. That is the issue of drug abuse in the UT of Jammu and Kashmir. पहले जब हम पंजाब के बारे में पढ़ा करते थे और we used to hear about Punjab, then we used to get scared. Like so many people in Punjab were involved in drugs. But unfortunately, now J&K has surpassed Punjab in drug abuse. Currently, we are at a position of 2. We are at position 2 in terms of the top drug abusing states in country. पहले नंबर पे नॉर्थ ईस्ट है and on the second number is of course Kashmir. And this is very unfortunate. Recent studies ने ये भी रिवील किया है that daily around 33,000 syringes are being consumed for injection of the drugs. The top drug which is used in the UT of Jammu and Kashmir is heroin. In addition to this, there are also consumers of cocaine, brown sugar and marijuana. अगर हम मैक्सिमम ब्रैकेट ऑफ एज में देखें मैक्सिमम ब्रैकेट देखें जिसमें मैक्सिमम drug abusers हैं they are in the bracket of 17 to 33 years of age. Just imagine, this is the cream, this is the youth of the UT of Jammu and Kashmir, and this entire youth is being drowned in the drugs and the drug abuse cases. And this is the demographic dividend of our state, of our UT. And if it is not being harnessed, if it is being put into drugs, then it will be turning into demographic disaster in future. Districts की बात करें तो Baramulla has recorded the highest number of cases and arrests. Currently, Baramulla police has filed around 264 cases under the NDPS Act, and there are around 464 drug peddlers, which include 75 hardcore drug peddlers. And अगर हम बात करें mostly drug abuse की concentration that is along the border areas, particularly along the Uri, Kupwara and line of control, also along the Jammu IB region. ऐसा देखा गया कि most of the drones also dropped the various drug consignments. So this is a very grave issue which needs to be addressed at earliest. Around a month ago, there was a news in the Hindu. I have taken the screenshot of those notes and included in my notes here. It was about a case study of how Jammu and Kashmir should be or is tackling the drug abuse. Recently, the number has increased. Then it was 10 lakh, but recently the Parliamentary Standing Committee has said that 14 lakh people in UT of Jammu and Kashmir are involved in drug abuse. And the two situations, two solutions which were being at that time formed, these were that they have to take the religious centers and the educational centers as agents of change. देखिए सबसे पहले ड्रग कंजम्पशन की बात आए तो सबसे पहले जो डिफिकल्ट टास्क है दैट इज अबाउट स्क्रीनिंग हु इज कंज्यूमिंग द ड्रग्स. फॉर एग्जाम्पल इन अ फैमिली इवन द पेरेंट्स डोंट नो दैट देयर चाइल्ड इज इनटू सच अ ग्रेव एक्टिविटी. So the first thing is about identifying if in your own household there is somebody who is into such activities. Drug drug addiction has been a taboo in the society of UT of Jammu and Kashmir or any other society. और इस टबू की वजह से क्या होता है कि those people who are already into the consumption, they're already living a very difficult life, and we are actually creating hurdles for them to come forward for rehabilitation. अगर कोई इंसान इसमें इन्वॉल्व हो गया है then the society should put efforts to get that person out of it, to get that person into the mainstream rather than currently isolating that person, or no doubt whatever steps we take that should be in favor of the person to come out of this. जनरली हम क्या करते हैं कि अगर कहीं पे ड्रग अब्यूजर है, फॉर एग्जाम्पल देयर इज समबडी हु इज अ ड्रग एडिक्ट, we isolate ourselves from him, we don't talk to that person. That is why people who are actually into the drug taking or into the drug addiction, they don't tell anybody about their situation. They just remain confined to themselves and they get involved in that vicious cycle, and that cycle actually drowns them ultimately to death. So we have to act as an agent of change. Various religious centers have to act as an agent of change. Educational institutions have to act as an agent of change. And we have to do preventive screening. For example, there is a Imam Bara in Magar. that has become the first to come up with screening tests. There are also mothers who are being provided these screening kits in order to have early detection of the cases. And there is a school also, this is the JK Police School, which is becoming the first school to implement a drug policy. And स्क्रीनिंग के लिए these centers, that is the religious centers, educational institutions, these can act as an agent of change. और जब screening properly हो पाए, identify हो पाए, तो as a society it is also responsibility, our responsibility, to actually get these people, these 14 lakh people, back into the mainstream, so that the demographic dividend of UT of Jammu and Kashmir is not being converted into a demographic disaster. That is all for today's topic. Have a good day ahead.